I was lucky and blessed to score. Those kind of things you can't explain. You can't explain a lot of things in life. For me, the only reason for those kind of things is God, and he put his hand on my head today.
Wow, describes it pretty good. Spectacular end of the game. So absolutely. Oh, what a moment. We didn't have now 500 sensational moments this season. I would say that's so far the highlight. I hope there's enough time to have another highlight.
I've been in many great teams with many great forwards, but I've never seen like the quality of the header from Ali, and also the timing, everything. Strength of the ball when one was out from his head.
We turn to the goal that got disallowed and say why. If down at Stockley Park they say that's right, then it's a nonsense. If they say the referee and the linesman have made the wrong decision on disallowing that goal, it's a disgrace. The other issue, obviously, I'm told, is the Liverpool free kick that shouldn't have been a free kick. It should have been a drop ball. I'm totally baffled because, but he's supposed to know the rules.
I'm too emotional these last months for everything that happened with me, with my family, with my father. I hope he was here to see it, but I'm sure that he's seeing with the God on his side and celebrating.
Had a tough few months, says Alisson, following the death of his father earlier this year, so he's understandably emotional in those post-match interviews.
I was absolutely delighted for him today. I thought he dealt with his father's death remarkably well when it happened. Got himself playing again, got himself back in the team, has helped the team in recent weeks get to this stage where they can now fight for a place. But I never thought we'd see him score the winning goal in the last minute. And let's be honest, what a goal.
What a header.
Brilliant header. Technically perfect. I mean, you see him coming in. We see this a lot, keepers coming up. And you think, as a defender, to be honest, I'd be thinking leave him alone, because when do you ever see a keeper score a decent header? You don't. What a ball in. And that is as good as it gets. I mean, that's Shearer-like, isn't it? Ferguson, Dion Dublin, we're...
Richards.
He's left me off the list again.
I'm here for you, Micah. I'm helping you.
You've taken it to... One thing I would say is that I don't know why I don't have men on the back post these days, but that's a pet hate of mine. But, it couldn't happen to a nicer bloke. And I tell you what, it got Liverpool out of jail because they couldn't break that West Brom rearguard down. West Brom, for a team relegated, showed tremendous spirit and fight, great honesty, great integrity. But, it's in Liverpool's hands now.
Just on the defensive side of that, joking apart, Sam Allardyce in one of his post-match interviews suggested that maybe one of his defenders could have come off the man that they would normally mark when they see a man of that size coming into the box.
You don't expect the keeper to be scoring. So as a defender, you're concentrating on the jobs you've been told to do. You work on set pieces and you mark your man. It was just unfortunate today that the goalkeeper comes up with a brilliant
header. Remarkable header. Sam Allardyce mentioned those two decisions. The first one, I don't know who's going to go first on this, but the first one is baffling, isn't it?
Well, we don't understand it. Sam Allardyce doesn't understand it. I'm not sure Mike Dean understands it. He gives a free kick and we can't work out why. We've looked and looked and looked. I don't know if he's got a bit confused, thinking he's interrupted play, so he's given a free kick. I mean, Sam Allardyce will be fuming as well, because what happens after is that Phillips, for some bizarre reason, gives them the ball back really quickly. Watch this. There you go, have it back, switches off. And then when it does get to the edge of the box, they had a chance to clear the ball, but what a finish from Salah. But I do understand...
Mike D made a mistake, but West Brom made several mistakes as well.
Yeah, bad ball there. Punished by one of the best strikers in the Premier League. And that got Liverpool back in the game, didn't it?
If the ball had hit him, then...
Drop ball.
Or he gives it to the team who had possession, and there you go. If a man hits you, it's just one of those things, because the referee is part of the game. There is no foul there.
It's a massive mistake. Let's have this right. Mike Dean is a good ref, and that's why he's managing at the top level. But he's made an absolute clanger here, and it's cost them. Yeah, West Brom have not got nothing to play for, but they're playing for pride, and it's cost them today. And it's not the first decision he's had this season. It's just disappointing.
This one, though, even though Allardyce is furious with this, you both think is actually the right decision.
It's harsh. It's harsh for West Brom to take, but I believe it's the right decision. Bartley Colson from Ajay Hedy. and he gets the touch. But if you see on this here, Phillips is just in a line of sight of Alisson. And yes, he probably wasn't going to get it anyway, but the rule states that if you're in line of sight of the keeper, then it's not a goal. So that is the right decision.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree. But as I say, I reiterate the point that, you know, West Brom did put up a hell of a fight today, considering their predicament. But as Liverpool have got there in the end, and now they go to Burnley midweek with momentum, with spirit, with confidence. And a great opportunity now to get in that top four.
Very little doubt, I would suggest, who Liverpool's informed player has been over the last 6 weeks, 2 months, maybe?
Alexander-Arnold. I've said it from the start of the season, regardless if he's in bad form, he's still got to go to the Euros. And he showed he got his Player of the Month award. And he's just got everything to his game. You see him here you think he's just going to whip it in with his right foot? No. Can I do it with my left foot? Yes, I can. You'll see here on the next one, a bit deeper, look at this position here. People have mentioned he can play different positions, maybe in the midfield, because look at the technique to have it up and down, and Salah doesn't get it. But this is the question mark. People have talked about defensively. He gets in the right position and stops the shot. More offensive stuff, off balance, trying to cross it while running at pace. Can he do it? Yes, brilliant. And you was happy with him, Danny, as well, wasn't you?
I mean, he's been brilliant, as you say, Chappers, for a while now, but he looks sharp and fit to me. He looks like he's got that sharpness back. He always plays with great confidence going forward. His decision-making's good. We see shortly in a minute he could have got the winner, but his defensive side was good today. That extra burst of pace there I'm talking about, which maybe he was lacking a little bit earlier in the season, which is understandable, by the way, because he's played non-stop for 2 years as a young lad. The worrying thing for Liverpool is that he's becoming the playmaker, the creator, from a full-back position. Other players need to do better. Every good move Liverpool had today came through him. And that's happened against Man U, and it's happening too. This would have been the icing on the cake for him, of course. But this is what I want to talk about. Taking corners in the last minute of games where you've got to get some good delivery. I've done it. It's hard, it's pressure. He doesn't feel that pressure. He consistently delivers beautiful crosses and passes, even under massive moments of pressure. He's a wonderful talent, and he's got to go.
Would you take him to the Euros?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And could he have different roles for Southgate at the Euros? Well,
it depends. I want to play free at the back, and he plays wing back. He's played wing backs. Reece James suits the wing back role.
You know the midfield
as an extra. The thing is now you've got 26 players. He has to go, even if he has to go into that midfield role. So, for someone of that quality, look at his delivery of the ball, set pieces in competitions. The percentage has scored highly, so he's got to go.
Oh, you're preaching to the converted with me, but I was going to ask you, because obviously Kyle Walker at Man City had
I would have Kyle Walker.
Would start first game of the Euros group game. Who'd you start, Kyle Walker or
I would still start Walker because he's had a better season consistently. Having said that, I would like to throw Wan-Bissaka in the hat, because if you've got the extra one, if you've got someone
right
great wingers, and Wan-Bissaka's the best defensively, I'm not saying he should start, but to have as an option as well, I think definitely.
I think Trent's the most unique in the fact that he can win you a game, you know, with that ability to create.
Who would have thought that the former right-back would put 27 right-backs in the 26-man England squad? But, and in the race for the Champions League, the pressure is now all on Chelsea and Leicester.
It's a massive game, that, isn't it, now on Tuesday night? It's, let's say winner takes all, but it is huge for both teams. I think Liverpool now, with those 2 games, will be quietly confident. And I'm looking forward to that one on Tuesday. I think Chelsea will feel a little bit of revenge. You know, they'll want to get their one back after Saturday. It's going to be a tough ask for Leicester to go again against that Chelsea side, because Chelsea will be able to make more changes.
And we do have match of the days on both Tuesday and Wednesday this week. On to Crystal